of how I personally learned contract drafting skills, and which is how I started teaching through a very new method in our contract drafting course, which we started in 2018. Okay. And now the thing is that what really helped me in this regard was two things. Okay. And you'll be surprised to hear which two things these were. One, if you're at a top corporate law firm, you are only looking at complicated contracts which have come to you on your plate. Okay. Do you know what that means? That means that if you're working in one practice area, you may not have access or understanding of the contracts of another practice area. A corporate lawyer doesn't do technology agreements. A technology lawyer doesn't in a big firm. Okay. A technology lawyer in a big firm would not do uh, banking finance contracts or government contracts, power purchase agreements, concession agreements. They would not do. You are familiar with the keywords, you may not know. You are familiar with the names of these contracts, you may not know the terms. Okay, so what I realized was working on the simpler contracts was useful. Acting for our own selves, like working in the interest of our own business as the client ourselves. I was the client and the lawyer directly, right? That gave me a very personal experience of what our own interest is and how we want to protect that. Okay, that is point two. First point, so that is one point. The other is that doing simpler contracts, ground level contracts, where you're doing like 10, 15, 5-page contracts also, that helped in understanding things. So for example, when you did a B2B deal with a company, what's a B2B deal? There was a company, there was a leading bank in India. Okay, we had to train their freshers. ICICI Bank, basically, we were training their freshers on legal requirements. Okay, so what happened was that the first thing they shared with us was a detailed NDA. Okay, and first thing we did was we reviewed it and edited it, and then we created a contract again over and above that on how this program would work, right? Because otherwise we wouldn't enter into a contract, into a deal with them. Okay, so that really helped us in so this kind of activity really helped me learn, and this has been followed for 12 years, 10 years. Okay, now so simpler contracts always helps. Starting with simpler contracts, moving on to more complex deals always is useful. Okay, third thing is when you are looking at a client's interest who wants, let's say, a 15 or a 20-page contract, you will deal with a seasoned lawyer might call it a lot of client nonsense, that why should I pay you? What is the value you will add? Why can you not give me a template? So by the way, the more you deal with it, you will have to deal with this. Otherwise, you will not successfully get client work. The more you deal with it, the better it gets for you, because you will learn business generation and conversion skills. Conversion meaning you will be able to convert that request into a formal query for work. Okay, it may be paid or unpaid, that doesn't matter, but you'll be able to properly do that work. That really boosts your ability to visualize a deal. Why? Because when you're saying that client says this is my business problem, and you say, okay, I will give you this kind of a contract, this is how it will function. Okay, then when you've got the client, because you said that this is the problem my contract will solve, then you will always draft very, very unique provisions in your contracts. And one thing to know, examples of simpler contracts, Induja, I'm going to share with you immediately. There are like NDAs, simple leave and license agreements, employment agreements, basic employment agreements, not employment agreements for CXOs, meaning chief executive officers, chief operations officers, or C-suite. It's called, like all the CMO, CTO. They would have more advanced, more complicated terms, more language. Okay, but you start with a regular employment contract. You can start with a leave and license agreement, non-disclosure agreement, letter of intent, MOU. Now, MOU is a little, it's a borders between a simple and an advanced one, because sometimes parties use an MOU to start off a preliminary relationship, and some parties call a detailed contract also an MOU. Okay, so what a simple MOU before the full deal is conceptualized, that is what I mean by a simple contract. So what are the three things I said that will help? Three things that will help you is now getting as much personal exposure to your own legal problems and contracts in life. Okay, whether it could be your own self. Second, working on a real client's interest always helps. Working on simpler problems always helps. Okay, these are, and then working over a period of time.